This video will demonstrate how to size the z-axis of an XZ pick and place. We will go to the global settings and enter the application load data. The tooling mass plus the mass of the mag spring slider is 2,423 grams. This version of LinMot Designer has the moving masses of our motors and guides. We select vertical down as the motor's orientation. Next, we will select an H guide. We will initially stay with the 37120 motor the software defaults to. The guide selected has a maximum stroke of 80 millimeters, which fits our application. This application will use a 4-meter cable with a KO5 power wire cross section. Next, we will start building the motion profile. Double-click on segment 1 to edit the parameters. The stroke length is 70 millimeters and the time is 300 milliseconds. Click Add New Segment. Segment 2 will have a stroke length of negative 70 millimeters for retraction and a time of 300 milliseconds. In the local load settings, we add 500 grams to the mass for the part picked. Segment 3 will also have the local mass of 500 grams. We will change the curve type to a standstill and the motor will be at rest for 500 milliseconds. Segment 4 will be the same as segment 1, except it has a local mass of 500 grams for the part picked. Segment 5 is the same as segment 2, but the part has been placed so the local mass can be removed. Segment 6 is another 500 millisecond standstill. Notice that we have thermal issues with this motor. The first way to fix this issue would be simply changing the cooling method from flange to fan. A better solution would be adding a mag spring. To size the mag spring, click on segment 6, the standstill, and open up the local settings. You see the peak force is negative 35 newtons, and the closest mag spring we have is negative 40. That is entered in the global settings as an external force. You can see the addition of the mag spring greatly reduced the motor's thermal load. Since the x-axis needs to move the whole system, it would be best to see if we can use a smaller motor and reduce the overall moving mass. In the motor family dropdown, select the 23x160 motors. We will then select the HP variant with a stroke of 80 millimeters. No warnings appear with the smaller motor selected. The 40 Newton mag spring still works and has enough force to keep the picked part from dropping in a power failure situation.